What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today we are taking a look at the all-new 2023 Audi RS6 Performance. And luckily, we've got Thijs Timmermans to help with that, because he's got this car for sale. It's done just over 3,000 kilometers at the moment, and it is one of the first in the Netherlands. It is such a cool car. Still, after 4 years, the visual impact that this car has is just unprecedented. Honestly, it blows the M5 and the E63 and anything else in this class out of the water when it comes to visual aggression. That's my opinion. I think it just looks so cool. I don't think it's the best car per se of the three German guys, but it is the best looking and the most aggressive looking, and just it has such a beefy wide body. I absolutely love it. So today I'm going to show you around it. We'll talk a bit about the RS6 Performance and what they have changed and why they have changed it, and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. Now, we've got a Daytona grey car today, which is a classic Audi color. But they do have a couple new colors available for the RS6 Performance, one of which is my new favorite. It's called Dew Silver, and it's a matte silver. It is absolutely stunning. Martijn actually went to San Francisco for the introduction of the RS6 and RS7 Performance, and he drove that RS6 in Dew Silver. Absolutely in love with that car. That color, that spec with the matte carbon parts you can get on the Performance. So cool. I'm glad that Audi decided to spice it up a little bit. They also have a new blue available in matte and gloss, and a couple other new things, but those colors are the coolest if you ask me. As I said, you can get some matte carbon exterior parts. This car does not have that. You can also get silver mirrors, like old school silver RS mirrors. This car also doesn't have that. This is more like an under the radar spec, I would say. It's very subtle, but still I think it has enough angriness to look the part. So we've got Daytona grey with a lot of black accents. Nothing changed really on the outside. We've got these wheels still. These are 22-inch wheels, absolutely massive. And behind that we've got the regular steel brakes with red calipers. Now this whole section here, is where the biggest changes are for the RS6 Performance. Now let's start with one of the biggest ones, which is the suspension. This car has the DRC, dynamic ride control, and that means that you have regular steel springs with adaptive dampers instead of the standard air suspension. This suspension setup has been developed together with KW, and it is absolutely magic. In comfort mode it is super comfortable, and in dynamic you can just feel the car tightening up. The front end becomes much more tight down. It is such a good suspension setup for this quite heavy car. It just works super well. So definitely go for that option if you have the chance. This car has that, luckily. Also available as an option for the RS6, carbon ceramic brakes in combination with a raised top speed to 305 kilometers an hour. This has the steel brakes and the top speed of 280, which has been raised from 250. Now you can also get new wheels, which save 5 kilos per wheel, forged Performance wheels, super nice as well. Nice option to have a look at. And if you go for that combination, the new forged lightweight wheels and the carbon ceramics, it saves like 50 kilos of unsprung weight. So if you want a more hardcore setup, a more dynamically able setup, you should go for that wheel ceramic brake option. You also get Continental Sport Contact 7s on that wheel, and these are Pirelli P0s. So a lot of stuff happening over there. Love the wide body at the rear here as well. It's 80 millimeters wider than a regular A6, which is quite a bit. Exhaust, still those massive oval tailpipes with in there dual pipes with a valve. RS6 badge as well. I still really love the car. I think it has held up so well. So engine wise, we still have the 4-liter V8 bi-turbo. Before it had 600 horsepower, 800 newton meters of torque. This Performance version gets new bigger turbochargers and more boost, which means that it has 30 horsepower and 50 newton meters extra. So 630 and 850. So a nice increase, but the main thing is that the bigger turbochargers and the increase in boost just improve the drivability a lot. So the increase is actually more than the numbers suggest. So that actually is quite a big difference, because the RS6 always felt like Audi held back a little bit, like there was more in there and it just didn't feel like it was running as free as it could. We do have a better startup than that, by the way. So if we go to a dynamic mode, so let's hit RS2 and we start it up, you get a little bit more sound, a little bit of a burble as well, which is nice. Let the neighbors know you've got an RS6, right? So interior wise, nothing really changed, although I do feel like this screen might be responding a little bit better, but I haven't seen anything about that, so that could just be me. We have this grey trim in the interior, but you can also get matte carbon for the performance, which is new. And you can even get like a bi-color setup for the seats with blue, which is the same you could get with the RS6 C6 Plus and the RS6 C7 Nogaro edition. Same goes for that matte carbon. So I definitely like that they try to spice it up a little bit and give you a little bit more of an option to spec it nicely and to bring some color into it, which is nice. So let's change the speedo. We've got the virtual cockpit and we're going for the classic round dials. ZF 8-speed works really well with this engine, and they also got rid of like 8 millimeters of sound insulation at the front bulkhead, and that means that in addition to that rumbling exhaust, you also gain a bit of engine noise, which is quite nice. It was always really filtered, and now it definitely adds a little bit of sound in the interior. It sounds good. It sounds dark and bassy and beefy. Oh, it's such a good car, it really is. And honestly, those bigger turbochargers, as I said, the change is bigger than it might seem, because it picks up so much better and it runs to the red line with ease and with pleasure. Before it was like you were really straining the engine and punishing the car, but now it feels like the car actually likes doing it a little bit more, which is good. They also added a new Quattro Sport differential at the rear, which sends up to 60% of the power to the rear, which I don't think is a change compared to the regular RS6, but I do think that it sends more power to the rear more of the time. They definitely wanted to make this car a little bit more dynamically able with the performance version. It's very evident from the changes they made and from the way it handles. We've got the rear wheel steering as well, so the car feels quite agile, quite nimble. Yeah, it's a really good car. It's very impressive, especially that suspension. As I said, it is mega. Now, of course, we also have launch control. So for that, we just use RS2 mode. Sport for the gearbox, traction control all the way off, full throttle. There we go. 0 to 100, 3.4 seconds in these conditions, which is very quick. And you also get a notification on the virtual cockpit now, which it didn't used to do, which is nice. So, let's hit the Autobahn, because of course this still is the quintessential Autobahn Stormer. It is built for that. It is so comfy and does everything with so much ease. It's quite impressive, really, and very satisfying to do as well. full throttle. So 100 to 200, we also measured that, of course, and it was quite a bit quicker than the previous RS6 we tested, which did 8.77, and this car did 8.04. So definitely a big improvement there, and also more, again, a bigger improvement than the power increase suggests. This, however, is the limit, of course, 283 on the speedo now, because we don't have ceramic brakes. I really like that. I actually prefer it that way, and I think it's a really good idea by Audi to link those two together, to have ceramic brakes and a race top speed. With cars that are heavy like this, you just want that combo. Now, we are in dynamic for the suspension right now, so if we go to RS2 and then change that to comfortable. So I'm not sure if you guys are able to see the difference, but this is now comfort mode, and the way it just absorbs all these bumps and little irregularities is just insane, and it is just as comfortable as an air suspension. I'm really comfortable saying that. It is super good. So yeah, this is definitely an option worth going for if you're looking at an RS6 or a used RS6 or whatever. Really good setup. So still, the RS6, it is the king of the Autobahn. It just feels so at home here. It feels like it wants to do this. It feels like it wants to stretch its legs. But now with the performance version, you also have a car that feels at home on a B road, that likes doing that kind of stuff. And you can go even further with those lightweight wheels, the ceramic brakes, different tires. That's quite nice on this new RS6. You can sort of spec it and make it a little bit more aggressive or make it a little bit more comfortable, which is good. In the meantime, let's have some fun on the Autobahn. We've got an Alpine A110 behind us. It's actually keeping up pretty well. Not bad. Cool little car as well. You have to brake. There he goes. Another thing they changed is the gearbox. The response to the pedals is much quicker now than before. It used to be a bit laggy, especially on the downshifts, but it's much better now. And they always like tweak the shift moments and stuff like that as well. So quarter mile, we also tested that 11.6 for the regular RS6, and we measured this at 11.25 in these conditions as well. So yeah, that's also a proper improvement on that front. So the improvements on the RS6 performance, very impressive. It is definitely the one to have. Forget the regular RS6. The performance, you want this one. This one is for sale at Thijs Timmermans, so you can have it immediately, which is also good. Big thanks to Thijs Timmermans for letting us have a go in it, and to you, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this video or this playlist. See you at the next one. Bye.